I saw this post on Facebook. I actually think I know that person, Liam, Peggy, Patrick. I do. He's a localer, my son's age. But anyway, it might not be him, might be another one. But anyway, yeah, this really intrigued me, this whole experiment that they did. Well, they didn't do it. Let's proceed.
The question is, if you get a cloth dripping wet without gravity and you wring it out, what's going to happen? What will happen to a wrung out cloth? So, and I had to use equipment that was here on board the space station. We may have the coolest washcloths ever here on the space station. I'm going to show you. Here's one of our washcloths. And it's compacted. It's put down into this little tiny hockey puck so that it saves space. But when you open up a hockey puck and you pull out your washcloth, this is the one I'm going to use for the experiment today. And so when you open up your hockey puck and turn it into a washcloth, it was compressed in a great big vise somewhere. Okay, so here's my washcloth, like a magic trick. And now I'm going to get this soaking wet, and then we're going to see what will happen when we wring it out. Meredith and Kendra suggested that I dip this in a bag, but bags don't hold water in space, so instead I filled a water bag. This has drinking water in it. And I'm going to squirt a bunch of water into this washcloth. Okay, so here's a soaking wet washcloth. Get the microphone so you can hear me while I'm talking. And now let's start wringing it out. It's really wet.
Just something else I noticed once I'd finished again. But you can't help when you see it. You see it. I just... We're going to be looking a bit more at the letters or whatever's going on his face. Look, is that a 12 or... I don't know, it's just a bit strange. It just sticks out like the E over his middle of his eyebrows or whatever that is. And there's looks like another letter up there. I don't know, they're usually coded. Yes, I don't really like numbers for this reason, or letters. We seem to be in someone else's video for some reason. It was nothing. Oh, but that is, look at his head. Oh, let's go back. Look at his head, see? Like numbers or letters and whatever that is. They're sort of nothing but something. You always see them on these beings that we watch through the telly. Telly, you know what. Anyway, his face is a bit... Yeah, look at his face here, look. It just doesn't right with the numbers. Not right at all. I only stopped the footage. I was expecting to see, you know, that's why I look now, because I can see things are wrong when it's playing, but when you stop it, it should be, I don't know, it should be different to this. Come on. Anyway, we're moving on to the next bit. Speed it on, speed it on. It was his face I'm trying to get back to. Oh, that doesn't look right. Look at that. Look at this. Oh. There. You just see them for these split seconds. Stop the footage. There they are. Yeah. To his face. Well, maybe they're not. Maybe they're nothing. But there's a Z there. But they have things on them. Anyway, let's go on with the video.
It's becoming a tube of water. The water's all over my hands. In fact, it wrings out of the cloth into my hands. And if I let go of the cloth carefully, the water sort of has it stick to my hand. Okay, so the experiment worked beautifully. And the answer to the question is the water squeezes out of the cloth, and then because of the surface tension of the water, it actually runs along the surface of the cloth and then up into my hand, almost like you had Jello on your hands or gel on your hand, and it'll just stay there. Wonderful moisturizer on my hands. And the cloth doesn't really unravel itself. It just stays there floating like a dog's chew toy, soaking wet. Great experiment, worked perfectly.
Today, we're going to be looking at the astronaut, because he's not an astronaut. And what caught me was this part, like with shadow and blurry, and you know, you only see this when you slow it down. Well, I could see it at full speed, but it's when you slow it down, you see it much better. And I was just looking at his arm. Look at the other arm, look at it, it's all fuzzy, look at that, it's bent right round. Oh my god, whatever it is anyway, it doesn't look right, just doesn't look right. So I think the first part of this video is looking at his left arm, just, I don't know, he looks like Popeye. He's got an extra muscle here, comes down there, surely that muscle should be up there. And then it's just his arm, look at it. It's got a big muscle in the wrong place. Look at that, look. It's got a band on his arm now. Yes, keep looking at the camera. I only think it's his head there. I think the rest of it's all just, you know, he's been deep faked in. Anyway, we're going to take a much better look. Oh yes, and that water, quite incredible. And obviously the globules of water which come off all over the place on here. Look at that. Wow, big thrust of them went there and disappeared in front of his head. The water seems to disappear on here. I mean, this thing is not earthed. So you wouldn't, I don't think, want globules of water. Look at it. Coming off and splattering up. For the safety of the men, after all. And yeah, I just can't see that it's real. Oh, well, that bubble went onto the glass. And there's more flying around up here. I'm obviously going to break this down a little bit, so let's move it on. Here we go. Right, do you see the ring around his arm? I don't know. I think it's supposed to be his arm, to be honest, but it's just a shadow. I thought we would start seeing some clarity, but you can't. It just gets fuzzy like the rest of everything does when you zoom in. See, his arm just doesn't, this doesn't look right. Because they're cartoon. You know, it's Disneyland almost. He's got this haze around his hand, and that looks like a 17. Look there. Could be nothing. Just looks, or a heart. It looks like something there just for a second. You know me and my numbers. That's a bit strange how that was up there just a minute ago. Let's go back to there. As he brings it round, got the, yeah, done the 17, I think, or that's coming. When that packet comes across here, oh, look at it, it just looks so weird, don't you think? Yeah, it just doesn't, I don't know, look right. But nothing ever does for me anyway when I look at this stuff. I always see, there's the 17, it's just after that. I always see the wrong, I just see it as wrong. What's that there? Look. Look, he's been stuck in. I can't change it now because I've already videoed this. I might have to go back and have a look, but That look like the person just standing. Oh, I don't know what that is. I'll have to go and have a look. Yeah. His arm just does not look right. He's Popeye. Look at that. Look at that. And we're going to, I think we're going to look at his arm again. I'm going to go and play that bit again. Am I going to play it again? Got a black ring around it. It just means it's not real. I noticed the shadow. There's a shadow, but there should be clarity. His hands are the closest thing to the camera. No clarity. It's a cartoon. Look, that is a cartoon. I don't even think that finger looks right either, to be honest. But yeah, I only see the things that are wrong, and all those globules of water floating off into the unearthed space station. I mean, as it's the most dangerous place in the world to be, you'd think that they'd be even more careful. They wouldn't be doing it with all the wires, and they'd be doing it in an enclosed room with no wires. Don't you think? Come on! I'm doing one of the most dangerous things in the world with all the wires there. Yeah, I think we're just looking at cartoons, I'm sorry. Look at that up there. Well, we're back to the beginning bit now. So now I'm going through the video. So I just showed you that bit there and how weird all that was. And the shadings weren't right and all the globules of water that were flying off. Oh, hopefully we get to see the man coming in. I think it's obviously a man, but I don't remember him being up here, but we'll see now. Whether he stood there or not. He thinks he's so clever, he really does. I'm gonna fool them. I'm gonna fool them. I'm just going to fool them. So me, I always like to look at the water. I like to look at these things, the shadows or something, as best I can, because obviously you zoom in and it starts getting out of focus. But there was this water. Deary, deary me. Look at that. As if when he moves it, the water's going to go ooh into a shape like that. So let's zoom in and see it a bit closer as we can. Yeah, you often see shapes in the water. I did one where there was it turned into a penguin standing up. Look at that. What's that? A speaker? Numbers, letters. Now it's a face. Here comes this. Wait for it. Oh, now the water's attached to the microphone. Here comes this super duper NASA towel. And then I noticed something else. That. Did you see it? I'm going to try and go back and capture it again. Ah, it's so difficult. It's like a split second of error. Oh, there it is. A split second of error where they've not completely covered up what they've done because you don't see it at full speed. But the water didn't go across. It went down. And then they've covered it up. So here we go. Where is it? Come on. So difficult because it's just, oh, there it is. I've already slowed the footage down. So I have to slow it down again and again because this split second of error is in there. But, you know, real water in an ISS space station wouldn't be doing that, would it? It's bending down. So that tells you they're not in a, you know, there's gravity there then. No, sorry, there's no such thing as gravity, but they're not in space, that's what I mean. Because the water goes down. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Concentration. And then watch, actually, that the water starts to disappear. Look. Where's the water? Look at that. So it jumps to the towel, and then the globules of water coming off. Anyway, yeah, look at that. Water coming off, bubbles coming off, bubbles of water in the non-Earth dire space station, and the water doesn't actually meet the towel, it bounces there. It goes water, gap, towel. But you don't see that at full speed. It just looks like running water. Oh, and he's done an amazing trick. Yay! Sorry. Anyway, water globules everywhere. Droplets. There's another one. There's another one going off here. So much water. He wasn't like, I'm frightened to death, there's all these wires. No, he carries on doing it with masses of water. I mean, look at his finger there. Look at that. Is that the face at the back there? Oh, it's not in the room then. I thought it was a bit closer, but anyway, as I'm making this. Oh, I've got another few more minutes to go yet. Because I'm breaking down this video with all those globules of water coming off. Look everywhere. Here's another one over here. Now he's going to talk and say how wonderful he is that he's done this experiment. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. He's a monster. That's what he is. I don't know why I've slowed it down there. Stopped it for a while. Let's move it on there. Let's get back onto this. Yeah. Where's the water then? It's on his hands then. Because they go, yay! With the water going onto the towel. So, oh, now the water's coming. Oh, because he's squeezing. Now there's masses of water. Oh, that's where the bubble went onto the screen. To water everywhere. Splish, splash. Splish, splash. Everywhere. Oh, and behind him, I think it's because of bubbles going past, but you don't see it in the footage like that. Watch. So, it's here. Oh, here. It's actually because it's a bubble, but look. It's no bubble, just a whatever that is. And then that turns into a bubble. Can't go any higher. You'll see that there's the mark there, but then it turns into a bubble flying past. There you go. It's a bubble flying past up here. So mark on there. So nothing into a bubble. So you've got bubbles disappearing, you know, that are there, and then they're like orbs. Oop, they've gone. You know, these look like orbs, don't they? If I said, oh, look, there's a bunch of orbs around him, same sort of thing. That's what it looks like. It's water, but I'm just saying it looks like that. Most of us have seen the orbs, haven't we? Even by accident. And notice his hands are a completely different colour to his head. I thought that was a bit strange. We don't walk around with different coloured hands to our face, really. Our colour's the same all over, really. Look at that, there's a sea tide on his flannel. Oh yes, look at that mark on his arm there. You can go back and replay it. There's a funny mark, indent, there it is. And then, there's the man. No, he didn't go up there, so that was, I don't know what that was then. Some suspicious face. But, yeah, Water everywhere. Cut. Which people aren't really noticing at full speed, that it's cutting all over the place. Cut. Oh, what an amazing man he is. I think something else. His fingers are a bit weird, how that all water goes. Look at that, how they've got to do it to make it look sort of real for you at full speed. Look at that. I'm sorry, I just don't think that hand's real. Or say it is real, which it's not, but they've doctored it massively. Oh, messages always got to come through when I'm recording. So yeah, at least he's got clean fingers. No clarity on his fingers though. His hand's right in front of the camera. It's all shaded and everything. That's because it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. It just is. You go and do your own research, you'll see. Another cut. He's drenched in water. Not. There's a shadow on there, just there, if you look, just there. I wonder what that is. I only just noticed that. There's always loads to notice, even when you're finished, you always notice things afterwards. Supposed to be, I suppose, the shadow of his hand. No, not any other part of his hand there, though. Bubbles of water coming off and splashing everywhere. Because don't forget, I've slowed this down. Bubbles going off. They sort of come and go and they can just donk, they're gone. Donk off the screen. They're there and donk, they've gone. Donk. You know, laws of means it wouldn't just donk. You'd see it explode. It just disappears off the screen. Up here. Yeah. Look, his thumb is the same colour as his head now. Or whatever that is. Yeah, it's his thumb. I think his thumb's in the wrong place, to be honest. Oh, what was that? Just in here. Look at that. What is that? That is not a bubble. I think we're going to take another look at that. We're going to take another look at it. Just got to stop it and on that. There. What is that? I'm going to zoom in and have a look. Oh, look at that. It's even got an H on it. Can you see the H? There's an H in the middle. What the? Might be letters on his fingers. I haven't looked at. What, there's a 9 and a 7 there. Look. 9 and 7. 97. There, look. 9 and 7. Wow, I didn't realise. And that. Look at that. Wow. I don't make these numbers up. They're there. Some kind of writing in there, but I can't read it. But anyway, yeah. What a load of rubbish. Concealing the truth. Oh, look at all those bubbles going up. Look at all that. Bubbles down here. Bubbles everywhere. Even when finished, one has to go back and add bits to it when one sees it. So I wanted to sort of follow that flannel. It changed colour there. Now it just doesn't look real. It's got letters on it. Do you see? There's letters on it. And it just doesn't look real. We're keeping an eye on that flannel that's been vacuumed down so that he can do the experiment for us. I don't think that thing looks real. I don't think it's in the right perspective either, somehow. Once you realise that, you'll see it just doesn't look right. Yes, it's just a cartoon, like the rest. Not sure if there's letters and numbers on his fingers. And then look at that. That doesn't look right, does it? Look there. And then look at the size of his finger. Look. As he turns round. And then, oh, it magically gets a little bit longer than the other one. But he's got, I don't know. It was magically shorter. But anyway, and then, okay. Oh, the shape of that thing. There's an S on the end of it. Watch that again. Look, there's an S. I don't think the lights can't interfere with this side of the flannel. Oh, I don't know. It just doesn't look right. I don't know what that thing is. Lower. I think that's the end of it. But anyway, hopefully you get my drift on that one. Look at that. Oh, just back here. How his finger meets there. Doesn't look right. You'll see again. Look at that. I zoom in past it, but I'm sure you can get the gist. Look at that. Oh, door creaking in the background if it comes out. Anyway, I'm coming to the end of the video now. Fuzzing around his arms. More squeaky doors. Fuzzing, fuzzing, fuzzing. Oh, look, what's that? 21 there. But anyway, what a load of rubbish. This was about 2013, I think. Anyway, duped, I think is the word. Look at that bubble there. Bubbles everywhere. He doesn't quite look real, does he either, his hand? Anyway, thanks for watching. What's your thoughts?